everyone, welcome back to Inky Dink Scrap with Leanne Wagner. So today what I'm going to show you is the kit that I'm going to be using for my October collection obsession series, and this time I've gone back to using a uniquely creative collection, but I thought I'll show you what's actually in one of their subscription kits and use that. This one is more masculine. It's got a country vibe to it, but I'm going to use this one mostly because it has papers and things that have a more masculine vibe. So your subscription comes in these very sturdy, cute boxes, which of course you can recycle and use to store things in. And let's have a look at what it's like. All right, so I'm just putting it this way. I have already opened a lot of this and I pulled out the collection itself, papers, but I'll just give you a little look at what you generally get. So this is the August subscription kit for this year, and it comes with this beautiful booklet of projects with instructions for what you can make. I'm not going to show you all the layouts, but you can go to their website and their blog and have a look at some of those yourself. The back section of it also has cards. So whether you're a card maker or a scrapbooker, there's something for everyone within this subscription kit. It's really great value. You get an awful lot of product for quite a reasonable amount of money. Of course, I'm in Australia. This is an Australian company. So if you are not in Australia, contact them, check out how much they charge for international shipping, and work out if it's valuable for you or not. But generally you get a lot of product for a really reasonable amount of money. Okay, so there's usually the standard kit, and then you can do add-ons as well. So I think from memory, even though it was only a couple of months now ago, that I just ordered the standard kit. I don't think I added anything on. So here's what we have. First thing to use is this cute little packet. This is one of their products. Everything is made by them. Cute little metal tools. There's axes and spanners and drills and shovels and a whole range of things in there. They have several of these packets. This one's the mixed packet, so you're getting some brass and some silver in there. I think also you can get them in individual packets. I actually thought there was 3 different metallic surfaces, but anyway, this one is brass and silver together. There's also some cute rhinestones. They have a huge range of the rhinestones that you can buy. They're quite reasonable price. This one is a gorgeous sort of what would you say, garnet, topaz and green together. It's quite pretty. There is a stamp of part of a wooden log, the metal die, which is tools, very cute. They've also just released their own double-sided tape. So this is their very thin, I think it would be 3mm tape. So that will be interesting. Yes, 3mm double-sided tape. It'll be interesting to see what the quality is like on that. They have these stickers, which are, and I'm not sure if the camera will show that, a black with a fine silver glitter on top of that. They're glitzy. And they are just called title stickers. Amazing. Kit also comes with some laser cuts, and this one is called Among the Gum Trees. quite useful if you're in Australia. I know California also has a lot of eucalyptus trees, so there's regions in the US where this could be useful as well. Or you might have been lucky and had a holiday down this way. Here is the Creative Cuts pack. That is, Creative Cuts is what they call their die cuts. And the name of this one is Among the Gum Trees. And I have already had a little look, but I will pull it out and show you what you get. I'm just going to grab a piece of white cardstock. Hang on, so you'll be able to see it better. Let's just pop that on there. Okay, you get a lot in the kit. Now, as I said, there's a real country theme to this collection. They've also included some Happy Father's Day product in here. The reason for that probably is that in Australia, Father's Day is in September. So this is the August subscription kit, but Father's Day is for us in September. I know it's different where you are, where most of you are. Okay, so you get some little phrases. That's a stamp. There's some cute little farm animals. There's some Australian native foliage, some flowers, gum blossom, and some more farm related things. So there's a tyre, old wagon wheel, cart, Australian pink and grey cockatoo. I'll put them over there. Horseshoe. And some other verse and text. So we've got birthday wishes, happy birthday to a great guy, me. Some what we call jerry cans, that's the old petrol cans. A fox, not very welcome in Australia. We have, these are a pest where we live. Introduced species, obviously. Ah, cute little bow, that's sweet. Rooster. Little banner tag, a birdhouse, some more bottle brush and little tag with bottle brush, another bow. Got some numbers, so there's a 50 and a 21, and that's more for your card making. 50th birthday, 21st birthday, here's a happy birthday. Ooh, this one could be useful for someone. 70th birthdays, numbers 60 there. Then there's some tiny little, what actually look like. I've lost the word for it. Not buttons. Someone tell me, what are they called? I've completely forgotten what they are. It'll come back to me. But they're like little brass rimmed buttons. We've got an 80, little tag, a key, and a lock, of course. You'd have to have a lock as well. A ticket, and just a background stamp. So you could stamp on top of that and create your own stamp image. Another little tag, another lock, tractor, a lovely horse. Oh, a couple of lovely horses there. A moo cow. Some more text. So we've got life, you, and hello. Memories. Another happy birthday. Some more little banner tags. Oh, a button. An 18 number. So they've got all the big birthdays covered with these numbers. There's like a slide frame with some more banner tags there. A spanner. Oh, my favourite, some insects. Cool, love insects. And this cute little frame with more tools, spanners there, and a hammer happening, I think, and a wrench. So that's the general gist of the actual collection. It is country, it is Australiana, it is male, generally male. I'm being very sexist there, aren't I? But generally male tools. and objects incorporated into it. Pop that over there. Uh-oh, I've dropped some. Oh dear. Alright, so let's just move this out the way now. Okay, now, as usual, with their collection packs, the title cover for the paper collection always has cut apart sheet on the back. So you've got some more of those same similar logos that are in their creative cuts, but you've also got a few other things in there as well, and some different text. So here is the papers, and as I said, I've already opened this, and I probably haven't got them in order, but the first one is this, which is very rustic. There's a little bit of Australian gum blossom, eucalyptus blossom there. In the corner there's a wagon wheel. However, this, of course, you can cover up aspects of this if you don't want Australian foliage, you know, put some other embellishment over there. You've still got a really grungy background here you can use. There's the wagon wheel here. That might not work with what you're doing, but you could put a title through there and hide that. So this one is called Udnadatta. So this collection, they're all named after rustic Australian towns in Australia. And the back is quite vintage looking. It's got that ombre thing coming from the corners into the lighter center. Easy to use for matting photos or anything where you want a older look. This would be fabulous to grunge up yourself with mixed media on top of this. Would look wonderful. So that is paper number 1. Next one, very country. Once again though, you could hide all of this if you wanted to and still have a fabulous textured background here. So you might not have anything to do with country life or farming, but if we put something over the top, we put some matting, we put our photos over the top here, you could use this for anything masculine or feminine. The back page of this is this one. It's got a stamp here. It's got a bit of brick wall and some floral here. Really easy to add on to this to elaborate and build it up to something that suits your way, whether that be masculine or feminine. This one was called Marie, another Australian town. Okay, now we've got this one, which is called Lightning Ridge. Lightning Ridge, I think, is famous for gold mining. Might need to check about that, some kind of mining. Anyway, here we go with this one. It's got an Australian frilled neck lizard down here, but you know, that could be easily covered up. And then you've got a fabulous background that's very masculine. Unless, of course, you're going to build it up with fussy cut flowers and things and make it feminine. This is a lovely pale blue in the background here. It's quite pretty. And the back of it is denim, a light denim, which is useful for any type of layout. It could be boys, it could be girls. Right, this one is from the town of Birdsville, which is named Birdsville. Once again, you've got a really nice grunged up background, very masculine feel to it. Some gum leaves and some text here, which is called Solitude, and has text about being part of nature, enjoying nature. Yeah, so, but you could cover that whole section there and use this for any type of masculine layout. You could turn it into something that is motorbike racing even. It's so generic in the fact that it's so grungy. And the back of it is just an antiqued paper with some creasing. It's like folded up paper. that's old. Okay, this one is called Tennant Creek, another famous town in Australia. Some florals here, and just this with this nice grunge background. There's splatters on here. There's this nice stamped image. There's some florals in here, but once again, easy enough to cover up if you want to make it completely masculine. And the background is this lovely faded brick wall. And then there is, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that, there's this fine grid over it. And then on top of that is lots of splatter. It's rather lovely. This one is called Leonora, another famous town in Australia. So with this one, there is a horseshoe, but the placement of it is quite central at the bottom. Easy enough to cover up any of this if you didn't want it. Great simple pattern background that could be used for any masculine layout or changed quite easily into a feminine layout. It's got some staples down the side there, a bit interesting, and there's some stitched, which you might not be able to see, there's some stitched thread printed on the page as well. So that's Leonora. The back of it is another simple aged paper. Could use it for heritage layouts, or you could stamp and stencil and build up on this to create something of your own. All right, next one is Dover. Interesting. Most of the cities, towns and settlements in Australia, of course, were established by the English generally. So Dover, of course, is also in the UK. Right, so we've got this beautiful eucalyptus tree up the side here, and this lovely faint pattern print at the back. Some grass happening through here and some cracked paint through there. So it's a really beautiful page that could easily be modified to suit whatever your needs are. I like it. Very nice. On the back of this is the cut aparts. So usually with the uniquely collective papers, there is always a cut apart sheet in their collections. And this one has got many of the same elements that you find in the creative cuts. A few extra things in there like the water tank. This is this old stump with barbed wire. What else isn't in the other one? A few of these flowers and parrot, some gum nuts there, insects, couple of things that aren't in with the creative cuts. And then you've got these little text strips. I love these to cut up and add to layouts, and some large text there that you can use for titles if you wanted to. And clearly it's aimed at the males in your life. We've got grandpa, we've got uncle even, we've got dad, and we've got man in there. So lots of options. Next one's a bit different. Some circles that you can use for embellishments. So we've got some text ones, and then we've got some floral ones, and then we've got some very country farm ones as well, and some very Australian native animals in there also. There's our galah at the top, pink and grey galah. This is a ringtail possum, and this is our frilled neck lizard, famous Australian animals. The other side of it is also, oh no, it's that way, sorry, some cut apart sheets, 3x4s, which you can clearly cut up yourself if you want to. If you really wanted to, you could even fussy cut some elements out of this, or you could work it as a whole strip and put some creative cuts over the top. Yeah, nice. Or you could just use it as a background. It's all got torn paper, there's stitching on here, There's wire on here, the frame, some tags, some flowers, some sort of wallpaper print through here. Lovely. Now, even though their paper collection kit always comes with the cutter parts, Uniquely Creative also put in their own thicker sheet that is a cutter part sheet, so it's much thicker card. So they always include one. It has a slight sheen on it, so you get this as well in your kit, so it's like a double up really. The quality of this is very flimsy and matte. The quality of this one is firm cardstock, better quality of print, slight sheen to it. I'd say it's laser printed. And then usually you also get one of these sheets, which is their uncolored, their blank watercolor sheet that they include. Every kit tends to have one of these. Sometimes it's flowers, can be all sorts of things. This one obviously is gum leaves with gum blossom for you to watercolor or add some medium of some type to, and fussy cut. Then you also get a couple of sheets of cardstock. So I think I did tell you in the August collection Obsession video that I did of one of the other collections, that they've started producing their own cardstock. So it is really, really thick. It has a white core. It is designed that you tear it and show that white core, or you can ink it up. It is textured on one side very lightly, like a bit like your basil cardstock. The other side is completely smooth, and I love that about it too, because sometimes you don't always want that texture showing, especially if you're going to stencil on top of this or stamp. You might need a smooth coloured background, so this cardstock does give you that ability. So they put in a couple of sheets. You get brown and an orange in this case. I don't know that it tells you. No, it doesn't tell me what the name of the colours are, but on their website, if you're interested, you can go and look and see their complete range, and that does tell you the names of the colours. Then also you are getting a 12 by 12 piece of Hessian, which is always backed. So easy though to distress and cut a piece out, distress the edges. And then also some corrugated cardboard, 12 by 12 piece. Now, oops, I'm just remembering that I did order an add-on, which was the horseshoes. I got those because my daughters, I've got photos of them from their horse riding days, and my nieces have just got a horse and they have started to do horse riding as well. And then sometimes you get a little thank you, which I did for supporting our small Australian business, which is cute. So I've got this lovely little thin bookmark stencil, which I will definitely be using for something. And the last thing is the bill. Right, so if you just get the kit by itself, it is $44.95, and then on top of that is Australian GST tax, which is 10% of our GST tax. That is 10%, and shipping is $11.95 within Australia. So you'll need to check for yourselves if you are overseas how much the shipping is. And then this was an add-on, so this was $16.80. But I thought that is going to be very useful for me. There's different add-ons for every collection they put out with the subscription kit, and you can of course order more extra packs of the papers and extra box of anything else you might need if you feel that it is going to. You might decide to do a whole album, so you might want 2 lots of the creative cuts. Anyway, so there we go. I'm going to be using this. I will be, of course, also using some inks. I haven't picked out my inks yet. I'll show you that next time. I will have to make up some kits of what I'm actually going to make. So I'll be working on creating just 4 layouts for the collection Obsession. However, if you look in here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different layout ideas in there for you that you could potentially make. Some of the products are doubled up by their designers. So this is just 10 of their designers' layouts that they've made using this kit as inspiration. I have in the past used the whole kit and made I've probably made like 20 with adding in some white cardstock and a few other things, but about 20 layouts I can usually get from one kit if I use every little speck of it, which I rarely do these days. Anyway, not because they're not great, just because I don't have the time. They are fabulous kits. I highly recommend them. So this is what I'll be using. I'll be doing some stamping. I'll be doing some mixed media or, you know, stenciling or something like that of some type. We'll wait and see. So next week I'll put up my first layout that I create with that and make sure that it is a very masculine layout. All right, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you later. Bye.